There have been many outstanding people in the history of mankind, but which of them left the deepest mark on history? Every time we think about it, different names come to mind. Some have contributed to science, some to religion, and some have fundamentally changed political systems. What makes a person truly influential? Is it the power of an idea, the impact on the minds of millions, or the ability to change the course of history? Today we will talk about some of the most influential people who have left their mark throughout the centuries, and try to answer the question, who is the most influential? When we talk about the impact on humanity, we cannot fail to mention those who changed the spiritual world of people. For example, Jesus Christ. His teachings formed the basis of one of the world's largest religions, Christianity. Jesus' teachings changed people's views on life, morality, and the very nature of God. Millions of followers of his teachings, temples all over the world, and the gospel translated into hundreds of languages are all evidence of Jesus' influence on history. Another example is the Prophet Muhammad, the founder of Islam. His teachings transformed not only the spiritual, but also the social and political life of a great number of people on the planet. Islam became one of the main forces that shaped culture, science, and philosophy over the centuries. Not to be forgotten is the Buddha, whose teachings of enlightenment and liberation from suffering have inspired millions of people in Asia and beyond. His philosophy spread through Buddhism and left its mark on the culture of many nations. But is one spiritual teaching enough to change the world? If we talk about who changed our understanding of the world, we cannot ignore people like Isaac Newton and Albert Einstein. These men overturned our understanding of the laws of nature. Newton's laws became the foundation of classical physics, and Einstein's theory of relativity changed our view of space, time, and energy. It is because of these discoveries that today we can send people into space and predict the movements of planets. Nikola Tesla, the man whose ideas about transmitting electricity over a distance revolutionized the world of technology. The technology we use every day owes a lot to his discoveries. Even if he is not as famous as Einstein or Newton, his inventions shape our daily lives. Let's not forget Leonardo da Vinci, who, despite being better known as an artist, was also an inventor. Many of his blueprints and ideas were ahead of their time and influenced the development of engineering. But is scientific influence enough to become the most influential person in history? History is full of examples of people who changed entire nations, and peoples with their leadership and ideas. Alexander the Great, the man who created one of the largest empires in the ancient world and spread Greek culture far beyond Greece. Then there is Julius Caesar, whose role in transforming the Roman Republic into an empire forever changed the political landscape of Europe. Caesar was, on the one hand, an outstanding military commander, and on the other, a politician whose reforms and ambitions were crucial to the further development of Roman civilization. In more modern times, we see people like Mahatma Gandhi, whose non-violent resistance helped India achieve independence from Britain, or Nelson Mandela, a symbol of the struggle against apartheid, whose efforts contributed to the creation of a new, free South African state. Politically speaking, these personalities have changed not only the destinies of individual nations, but of the entire human civilization. However, what exactly makes their impact most significant? To summarize, we see that throughout history, there have been people whose ideas, discoveries, and actions have changed the world. But is it possible to pick just one? Religious leaders have transformed the spiritual lives of millions of people. Scientists have changed our understanding of the universe. Politicians and revolutionary leaders have overturned political systems. The answer to the question, who is the most influential person in history, remains open. It depends on which criterion is important to you: spiritual influence, scientific discovery, or political legacy. Each of these areas has made an invaluable contribution to humanity. And who do you think has had the greatest influence? Write your choice in the comments.